Fellow South Africans, so some of y'all have asked me to keep you updated about the Karl buy his coffee machine campaign on Backup Buddy. This is where it is right now and growing. When I was here the first time this morning, it was at 141,000. Now we've already hit over 200,000 Rand and counting. South Africans, you are a different caliber of people on this planet altogether. Listen, the economy of South Africa is bad. We all feel it. The petrol, groceries, you name it, it is pinching and throttling all of us. But we always say, you know what? I would rather not have my bread for the next week or two. I want my fellow South African to have it at least at ease for however long he can have. Now, there were some questions that I was asked because he's a police officer and he's still pretty much active police officer. Is he allowed to accept gift like this one? I was like, I get the integrity aspect of it because we're not supposed to be giving police officers gifts and etc. and so on. Even Jaron Tlatlamkwanas, remember, I think 50,000 Rand was raised for him just to say thank you. He declined. As a matter of fact, he took the money, I think he put it elsewhere. And if I stand corrected with this one, even with Warrant Officer Karl Sander, I heard something about the canine dog unit that needs funding. So maybe this funding might be going there. I don't know. But it's a noble cause, if you ask me, because part of his expertise as I call him, drug whisperer, you need the canine unit. Apparently, the canine unit in the South African Police Service, it's almost a non-factor. I mean, you see it if you've traveled outside of South Africa and then you go through customs at OR International or King Shaka International or Cape Town International, you hardly ever see the dog unit or the canine unit, sniffing around and making sure that everything is good. So it's clear that the people that are running our country, things of that nature, they are not going to even think about as part of fighting crime, especially cross-border crimes. So it's a noble cause, and I'm not mad at it because of the integrity that the police need to also uphold. But we must also remember that our warrant officer, Karl Sander, he was done dirty by the South African police. They kept him suppressed for 23 years, if not 21. And I can relax the integrity, the red tape on this one and say, take it all. Take it all and take care of your family, patch where you need to patch. And then, that's me in my head right now. But whatever he does with the money, I believe that South Africans are going to be behind him 100%. And I keep hoping that there will be one big coffee shop company, maybe Starbucks or Mug and Bean, Wimpy or something, will say, hey, we would like to sponsor you with a coffee machine. And then boom comes Mug and Bean. And Mug and Bean is like, are you a guy? Yeah, you are a guy. So I am hoping that he will accept that also, because South Africans and our generosity has come out to play. The real nature of who we are, Ubuntu. If you ever wondered what Ubuntu is all about, this is it. And it's quite clear, it's in the DNA of every South African. And I'm seeing our so-called brothers and sisters on the continent, they are now setting up podcasts, and they're mocking, particularly us Black South Africans. They are saying, look at them worshiping a white man. And South Africans are saying, I want to use them finger. That in finger, I'm just going to hold it. But I am trying to hold it back, just holding it back. But we don't care. This is our country. Sander is our person, is a South African, and nothing y'all can tell us. Absolutely nothing you guys can tell us. So, anyways, if you want to know how to get to the backup body page, the easiest way is to go to Google, type Karl Sander, Karl, Sander, not Sanders. You remove the S. And it is just it's going to be the first rank on Google where it says Karl Sanders, let's buy him a coffee machine. Click on that and then it will lead you straight to the donation page. You click donation and then you're going to see all the details that you need to fill in. There's also even a part where you can type in your own amount that you want to donate, because the displayed one starts from 200. But there's a kind of like a search bar-ish. You type in it. If it's 20 Rand that you want to donate, 50 Rand, 100 Rand, you can do so by typing it. That's how you do it the easiest way. I don't have the link to the backup body. Even if I did, it will take you a long way to get to the page. The easiest is Googling it. Anyways, the second story of the day, it is Sergeant Kosi. Sergeant Kosi, he had lost his bid for bail. I think it was last week. And so, like these Stalingraders, he thought, let me appeal the denial of bail. And so he lodged an application to have his bail denial to be overturned through an appeal. So today, he got the response from the court and it denied him this appeal. I don't think that he understands the magnitude and the gravity of the situation he finds himself in. He is a risk, not only to witnesses or a flight risk for that matter. I think as a human being as a whole, he is a risky person. Just to qualify what I'm saying, this man is known to have been, okay, at least that's the accusation South Africans are throwing onto him, that he was an ice boy of some really, really dangerous people, allegedly. So what makes us think that if he's released on bail, those dangerous people might not harm him? So it is quite possible that he's more safer in jail than he is out there. And I don't think he understands that gravity just yet. And that is why if I was him, I would have taken the opportunity to call the MPA and say, hey, bro, I would like to talk. I would like to sing like a canary. Please give me the microphone because I'm ready, type of situation. But no, he wants to escape. And then guess what's going to happen to him? He will be thrown under the bus by the big fish. And the big fish might actually get off. And what I mean by getting off by him, I think he wants to walk into a trap where he's going to be fired, type of situation. And these days, these people are doing in broad daylight with CCTV cameras everywhere. Did you see the one in Blue Valley last week? Like, what? Anyways, he was denied bail. I'm happy with that. That means it's going to give him time to really think about assisting the state with all the people that needs to be behind bars, whether he worked with them, worked for them, or he used. We need all of them under the jail, as Sims Right will say. Now, the third story that is happening right now at the Madlanga Commission of Inquiry, we have a new witness by Lieutenant Colonel Jacobs. This man, when the camera panned onto him, I was like, sir, do you realize you can get away with it like the crown of Mr. Universe? The man looks like a walking winner of Mr. Universe. And then he has a voice of a top billing voiceover with a true or the truest South African accent, but specific, Durban colored and Durban Indian English accent. That's him. And I was like, this is going to be interesting. The only thing that I think he should remove out of his mouth is those gold teeth. And another thing that made me laugh is him doing things like, what was up with that? That was so entertaining. But you know how we do it when the witness takes a stand. Of course, they're gonna read their statement. Now and again, they either the evidence leader or the commissioners are going to seek clarity questions. And as I was listening to his statement and the clarity questions that were being asked of him, it hit me. What kind of a police officer this one? I wouldn't say he's somebody that you must not believe, but he is definitely a person that you need to take him with a pinch of salt. And why I'm saying this, it's because I think he was playing this like, you know what, I don't want to get in. He knows that there are corrupt cops, corrupt intelligence, and corrupt hawks. He knows that. And I think he knows the consequences of going against them are. So what is the safest thing to do? We shine up, we shine ala. So that they never know whether you are with them or against them. And then you work with the Karls perfectly. And Karl will sing your praises like he did in his testimony. But now I think Karl is realizing that, oh shoot, because Karl Sander was asked, do you have police officers that you trust and do you have police officers that you do not trust? He said in a very diplomatic way that you don't intentionally distrust a police officer, whether it's SAPS or Hawks. How you judge them by the work that they do and the results that come with the work. So they happen to deliver every time when he works with them. But I think right now he's discovering that, this one, I wonder what he was telling this group about me. And then when he was with me, obviously, clearly, he was just focusing on doing the job. And all those attributes of doing a good job fell on Karl. Yeah, the warrant officer. And warrant officer Karl Sander was then seen as a threat to be removed because this guy, what's his name? Lieutenant Colonel Govern Jacobs, he still remains. Yes, he's been suspected because the commander, the head, the general, Sinona, needed people to blame for the 200 million rand consignment of drugs that were caught in 2021, June of 2021. So he did fall. Jacobs was one of the people that were suspected. I guess he also went through the polygraph test. I don't know what the results are. Probably they are going to get to that point. But he seems to be very unhappy with the testimony of Flynn. So there are some investigation reports that are missing, which in my head I thought that was convenient. And the other thing that went missing are phone records of the witness. The witness ought to have made phone calls in 2021 between himself and relevant people in the Hawks, intelligence, etc., and so on, to say, hey, a consignment of so many white powder blocks were found in this container coming from this country, and these are the processes that has taken place, but now we need 1, 2, 3. He says while those records are lost, he did take it upon himself to go to Vodacom and ask for those records. Vodacom said, sorry, we only keep such records for 3 years. After that, they get deleted. So he throws the onus of those records onto the people that are investigating him, being the Flynns as well as the Sinona, that they must get hold of those records when they have to come and testify in the Madlanga Commission of Inquiry. So I thought that was quite telling, very interesting, that your phone records, but I get it. I mean, we've heard this in the Senzo Meyiwa murder trial also, that all the 205s of 2014 to about 2020, they are non-existent because they are kept for X number of years. After that, they dispose of them. which I still think that's defeating the ends of justice. I said it in the Senzo Meyiwa murder trial, and I'm saying it again. Shouldn't they have some kind of a storage? This is South Africa after all. You know, this is South Africa after all. But where I felt a little uncomfortable, in fact, a whole lot uncomfortable, when he was talking about lost investigation reports based on that 200 million rand consignment. This is now where I'm looking at him with this eye. And I think he's going to have a difficult time during cross-examination, which already started before lunch, where he's going to have to wiggle his way out of the lost investigation report. Maybe he might get away with the phone records, but the other one, the investigation report, very important, because at the end of the day, the Commission of Inquiry needs to determine if indeed South African Police Service is infiltrated and also controlled by politicians that are corrupt. I don't know what your thoughts are when it comes to these gentlemen. I think he should just take a break from being a police officer and maybe join the male beauty pageant. I think he would succeed there, or at least a Paris or Milan model. He looks like it. And he's got a very nice voice that he can do voiceovers on radio, television. I don't know. I'm just saying. And he must quit though. It's quite funny and distracting, I must say. Anyways, let me leave the video right here. I'm interested to know what are your thoughts about all of this that is happening in South Africa. And Warrant Officer Karl Sander, South Africa loves you. We are wiping our tears with you because of the greatness that South Africans have shown to you, your family, and we are happy now. We are very happy. We're no longer sad and crying. We're happy. But hey, whatever you do with the money, we will support you 100%. Other than that, fellow South Africans, I will leave this video right here while we continue listening to Lieutenant Colonel Govan, I almost said Govan Beg, Govan Jacobs, who I think is going to stumble a lot. He is going to get caught out and pushed against the corner. I don't know. Anyways, I'll see you guys next time with a new one. Goodbye.